You know, having got through the first quarter of the football season that's here, you've been able to see all the teams that are there, sitting in sixth place in the league. How does that kind of match up against where your plans were when you first faced St Johnstone the last time?
That's a good question, because I think I said, and I say all the time, we never knew, because we, at some stages this season, if had 18 and 19 out the 20-man squad that had played their last 4 seasons in the Championship. So we didn't know, and nobody could tell us, because the only evidence you get is when they play games in there of where we're at as a group. And that's it. You can guess. You can say, oh, he's a good player in the Championship. How will he do as a Scottish Premiership player? You would only be guessing. So we never really set any targets as such. What we did say was that we wanted to make sure that we tried to get better all the time. We would gauge our performances at every game and try and make sure that we keep improving in order to become a team that goes into every game in the Scottish Premiership and competes for the whole of the game. And then we would see as we went along how the group did and where we were up to, because that's the only evidence that we have. And I tried to keep it dead simple and been able to try and do that, because I had done it or have done it before, promotions 8 times. So after 8 times, like, you kind of see the same things and you kind of preempt the same things, and you know what you're trying to watch for, and you know what there's no use in trying to guess, trying to pretend that you have the exact facts for when you don't. And one of them was, nobody could tell me how this team was going to do in the Scottish Premiership. And then as you go along, I've got to try and keep a lid on it, because sometimes people run, and I'm not blaming any of yous before any of you say, but some people can run away with things and start to believe that they know. Yeah, we know that you're not a good team, or we know that you're a good team, or we know that you're not quite a good, or whatever. Because you've got to find consistency then of performance over the course of a time before we can sit down and we can go, do you know what? I've seen however many games of us playing, I believe that we can go and do this now, because I've seen the consistency, I've seen us against Story. So that's what we're working towards. So I would never say that I'm pleased about where we were in the league, because I'm quite an ambitious guy and I want to be as higher and higher all the time. I try and get better all the time. But I would have to say that a team coming out of the Championship with such little experience of being in there for a long time, if you'd have said to me we were sitting 6th at the minute, I'd have probably said, well, that's not bad. We must be doing okay. But I would still say that there has to be major improvements, and we want to get these improvements in and get better all the time. And we have to try and, what we spoke about there, get that balance right between keeping clean sheets and scoring goals, which we're working towards. We don't want to just be able to do one and not be able to do the other. So it's about getting the balance right in that as well. But we're still working towards that. And the signs are really good, and I believe, because for periods and for good spells, the players are showing the qualities needed to be able to keep moving Dundee United forward. But like I said there, then the challenge will be to find the consistency of that, because there's no good doing it just for one game and then the next game no good. And a good player is a consistent player who hits a level of performance and stays there, and you can rely on that when you go out there, you know at least this is what you're going to get off them. So that's what we're trying to get Dundee United towards. And in the meantime, I've got to just concentrate and be able to do that, and know that that's my job all the time, is to try and get that balance right between attacking and defending, and then find that consistency, and then keep growing it and making it better. So that's what I would say that we are after 11 games.
As you prepare for the journey along the Tay to St Johnstone this Saturday.
Along and down
the Tay.
Yes.
To Perth anyway, to St Johnstone. Is that journey going to come too soon for Jeando to make an appearance, maybe even from the bench, or is it likely to be next week before he's seen in the United shirt?
You know, I don't ever like giving away my team, because I don't want the opposition manager to be able to go and prepare against my team. I don't think any manager likes that. Why should we tell the team? And I know you guys sometimes tell us about that. It's just something that we don't do. But in this case, I think it's fair to say, because everybody will be wondering where Jeando's up to. No, he's not fit, match fit. He's got a wee bit to go yet before he can come into the group. He is not able to join in when we set a training session and we set the intensity of it. We will say, like, this is a high intensity session. We want everybody at it. He's not at the stage yet he could join in them. So he's working towards trying to be involved in their training sessions. So, but he's getting there. He's a fit lad, and the 2 weeks has not done him much good, sitting in the house, which he has to do, but it's not done him any good as a professional athlete, because we're footballers at the end of the day. But he's working hard, and he's going through some suffering. As we're doing with 8 sides at the end, he's doing some suffering outside of that, doing some running and some fitness work that I'm pleased he's doing, and it's not me. But he's rapidly getting back towards us again. So hopefully within the next couple of weeks we can see him back in the group.
Certainly within the next couple of weeks, that there are going to be options there open to you, with obviously new people coming in, Mark McNulty gaining in fitness, Jeando gaining in fitness. You know, it's going to be a really exciting time for Dundee United over the next few weeks, and starting this Saturday, obviously.
Yeah, I know so, and that's why I said I don't think so. I know so, because I've seen him training every day. So yes, McNulty's ready now. McNulty's ready to play, so he comes right into things now. He's at the stage that we want to get Jeando to. We knew we had to pull back on him a wee bit, but he's been a wee bit ahead of Jeando. But he's ready, so he can come into our reckoning to start games of football now. I can tell you that. So that's a real big plus. But that's, yeah, I see them training every day, and I know how desperately they want to get to that consistent Dundee United player that we all want, that gets us to their levels every week, to make us one of the biggest clubs in the country. That's we want to be up there contesting things. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it, and I'm enjoying the improvements of it, and I'm obviously having to be patient with it. But we know what we're working on, and we'll continue to try and do that to get to as quickly as possible where we all want to get to.
Just wanted to ask Ryan about the differences that have been happening with the formations at the back. How easy is that for you as a player to be adjusting between back threes and back fours and things for yourself, and fitting in with the other guys around you?
And to be honest, I've played with I've obviously played in a back four, and I've obviously played in a three a lot. But the big thing with me, which I find helpful, is that I've played left, centre, right, and left and right of a back four as well. So I've had the experience, lucky enough, of playing of it all. So whether I've been on the right or in the centre, which I am now with the team, it's been pretty easy to adapt, knowing the role and playing so many games in them roles. So, you know, I think the other lads as well, they've played it before. It's nothing new to them. We work hard on it all week, which we have done this week as well. So the message is clear for us, and we know our jobs, what we need to do. So it's pretty easy.
It's the start of the second round of matches coming up. St Johnstone away this Saturday. Last time out, 1-1 draw. Hard game, obviously, from there. You'll be expecting much the same this weekend?
Well, obviously, I wasn't here for the first game, but I've seen quite a bit of them. Played in a Resi game there when I first come to get minutes in as well. So I know they're hard to beat, and obviously they're scoring goals now as well, as you've seen last weekend. So we're going to have to be on our game and both ways, keeping the ball out the net, and we're going to have to try and hurt them going the other way as well, which I'm sure we can do.
And again, having finished the first quarter of league games and things, there's been an opportunity to either play in or see the opposition in all times. Is there anything there that you've seen that you weren't expecting to see when you arrived in the summer?
No, if anything, the league's a lot better and stronger than what people may think. It's coming from down south, and you know the strong leagues down there. This is certainly no different and a better level than what people think. And speaking to the manager before I signed, he certainly let me know that, and you know I was made well aware of it when I did come up here. And as you know, no games are easy. Every game's a tough game. You've got to fight. You've got to fight to play and to get the win. But at the same time, there's certainly, you know, for us and the quality we have, there's certainly nothing to be afraid of. Obviously, I mentioned before, big asks to go to Celtic and Rangers, but you know, we back ourselves against anyone, and you know, I don't see why we shouldn't.
And last one for me, was it good, obviously, to get that first goal in the Tangerine jersey in the cup the other midweek there? Yeah,
it was finally to get off the mark. As I say, as a centre back, it's all, you know, they're bonuses for you, but for someone my size and my ability in the air, I should be getting more. And I know it's early days, but hopefully that's the start of a run now.